And welcome once again to the AV Championship. Race 20. We're off to USA today. I'm Gnome. I'm drinking, as always, on the rum today, actually. A little bit more special. Let's try and focus and see if we can keep track on what's going on with the race. This is the AV Championship. 3 races left to go, including today's race, then, which is USA, Vietnam, and Hungary, the rerun of Hungary. 3 races, which pretty technical, demanding tracks as well. Probably not the 3 races anyone would really want to be coming at the end of the season there, and it's getting a little bit close in the driver's standings there now. Reaper currently leading with 3 races to go, 282 points, 18 points behind him is Knack, who's running very good in the previous race we saw in the UK, and then all of a sudden was in a wall. And that ended that for him. He was leading the championships prior to that race. He's now 18 points behind Reaper. He's going to need to get the race. But Kuhn now had a very good run in the last 4 races. The last 4 races, he's been on the podium. 3 of them have been in P2. He's now only 28 points behind his teammate, with 3 races to go, with Knack seeming to trail off in the latter half of these races and kind of losing position. Don't know if Kuhn's going to maybe try and help his teammate to beat Reaper, or try and take that P2 in the championship himself. It could be interesting. And we've got in the constructors, Mercedes still 2 points ahead of Red Bull. AlphaTauri obviously having previously won it a couple of races ago, but that P2 position still available. Mercedes in it, but Red Bull 267 points. Red Bull only trailing them by 2 points with 265. Haas a little bit further behind there, 27 points behind Red Bull with 238, and I thought Haas would be pushing on a little bit more with the Red Bulls to catch up to Mercedes. They seem to have some difficulties in the last couple of races, so I think we'll see these Haas fully on attack today. They need to make sure they finish above the Red Bulls and above the Mercedes to try and close down that gap. They're still in reach for them though. With these 3 races left, there's still enough points available. We've got 30 seconds left now to load in. We've got 16 drivers on the grid right now. I have been informed that Luca has retired, so there is definitely going to be an open Williams seat on the grid. Let's have a quick look. We've got there Gargamelin back in the racing point. Good to see. That'll bring some challenge to Reaper and Knack. King's a bit here. Both are Red Bull here. Both are Haas. Both Alfa Romeo are here. We're missing the racing point. We're missing the Williams. We're missing a McLaren. Both the Renaults also there as we load in now to the Circuit of Americas, Austin, Texas. 50% race as always, which is 28 laps around this 5.5 kilometer circuit, 20 corners, 2 DRS zones. Weather generally alright at USA, but there's a small chance of rain, but I have a feeling it's gonna maybe be dry today. Interesting track here around America as it waits to throw me into the lobby. Quite a difficult technical track around here with the layout and the way it's designed, where a lot of the corners link into each other, a lot of late apexes around here. Very important to get the correct line going into the first corner. We do have it dry for qualifying. The way the sectors are laid out on the track as well makes it very easy. There's a lot of time to be very easily lost everywhere on the track and gained everywhere on the track. It is going to be dry for the race again today as well. So I continue as we get the track map up there and we see the sectors, and the way we have that big chicane section cuts through, and the sector between 1 and 2 is through that. So unlike, say, like a track like Brazil, where we've got very fast first and third sector, and the second sector at Brazil is much more technical with all the corners, and we can look at that with where we're losing time, and we can make it up in the other sectors. USA is very difficult for that, with the way the turns are and where the sectors are on it. It's very easy to lose that time everywhere. Same as it can be found everywhere. A few of the drivers coming out right now. That's one of the Haas out on the grid there first. Looks like FCST and the McLaren's out. Both Alfa Romeos out. Red Bull out. And AlphaTauri out right now. Alfa Romeo, Kronik here from Alfa Romeo, took the win here in Season 1. So keep an eye on him and see what he can do around here today. Domestos also on the podium in Season 1. Season 2 podium, maybe how I'm more expecting to see something today with Knack, Reaper and Kuhn all making appearances on that podium in Season 2. Gargamelin setting a fastest lap in Season 2, and again he is in the race today, so this could be very interesting from our top drivers. Who's going to give us a nice clean lap around this track? I fancy Kronik, Season 1 winner here. He's near the front here. Coming to the lap part of Section 3. We'll start getting on board with him. Very bright sun there on my monitor. As we come through turn 20, and we come up across the timeline to go in, work our way up to the first corner, uphill here and braking uphill, and then as we turn in on the left here, the track then starts to drop away again. Careful not to run wide on the exit there. We can run the curbs a lot around the USA here with very stable track. Very important to find the curbs. Here we go, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is 8. All these corners are 9. Important to get nice and tight in there on 8 so you can get back across and turn back to the left for turn 9. Coming down now. 10 was that little kink in the road. 11, much slower hairpin here. And then we've got a long, straight DRS section in Sector 2 here before we come up to turn 12. Again, very important to get nice and wide as we possibly can on the entry to these corners. A lot of these late apexes, we need that as wide possible entry to make sure we can come around and get the power down as we come through the corner. Up now into 13 and 14 and 15. Nicely finding the apex there at 15, and we come through 16, 17 and 18, this big, long, flat out right section. Kronik keeping nice and tight there. Again, finding this apex there for 19 and on 20 as well. Important on 20 there, not to run too wide on the exit. Very easy to run in too hard on 20 and invalidate your lap right at the end on that pretty much right angle left-hander at the end. That was 131 anyway for Kronik there, 131.2. That puts him provisionally on pole. Xz is also across the line right now, or 132.5. Let's have a look at what tyres everyone's actually on. Lang there, testing out the medium tyres. The only driver right now trying to test out the medium tyres here in the USA. It's currently 133 flat for his mediums. Bestos now in Haas, 131.3 for him. Who have we got out here right now? Knack there on invalidated lap. Jasper again cooking over 131.1. David 131.3. Something there. Domestos 131.2. Looking pretty consistent right here on the first laps from everyone in the 131 region here. Looks like a good test marker. So we're right down on the Renault of Rowan. That's an invalidated lap. Wouter going pushing on the second lap here. That's purple in sector 2 there for Wouter. It's invalidated on the first one. Took the tyres around again. Where are we coming into turn 16 right now? A little bit wide, maybe through 16. One tucking nice and tight that inside cabin. Can run the curbs quite a bit around here, around America. You want to kind of not run the wheel on that checkered curbing though, but firmly place that right-hand wheel and left-hand wheel on the green. Keep the curbing right down the center of the car so you don't get any vibration from that, any loss of traction, and the other wheel is still firmly inside the white line. Anyway, that was the fastest lap there from Wouter with a 1:30.986. Wouter setting the fastest lap in Season 1 around this track as well. So, a lot of drivers quite possibly fancy a podium here at the end of the season. Results have always been very varied around this track. What else have we got down here? Rowan's out on another lap right now. He's coming out of turn 15 right now. Making his way into that nice flat right hand section. Quite wide through there. Once again, we'll get nice and tight in on that corner. Coming up now to 20. Need to tuck in more big. A lot of oversteer there. That's a 1:33.7 there for Rowan. That's a 2:11 for him. That's down here, about a lap right now. Gargamelin's on his out lap. Reaper's still in the pit. Knack right now, provisionally on pole with 10 minutes left to go with 1:30.7. Very stable through the chicane section there from sector 1 and sector 2. A little bit too much curb there though. That invalidated the lap for him. Don't know, it looked like he still was pushing a bit there. Don't want to be pushing too hard on in-laps on any tyres that might be using in the race though. Pretty much all the drivers in right now. Lang there, 3-lap old mediums. I think he's just getting himself a feel of that track. Both these Red Bulls today are going to be looking to finish in front of the Haas and the Red Bull there to try and cement themselves. The Haas and the Mercedes trying to cement themselves into P2. They are the Red Bull. Briefly flashed up as purple there in sector 1 for Lang on those mediums. So might not be the actual fastest through it, but it might be very nice and fast through that sector. Is he running even faster right now? 3-lap old mediums? Or was the game just playing with me? Nice and tight back down there on the entry into too much curb there though. He is kind of back in after that. I think he might have beat his other time if he continued that round on his lap. I think he might have beat his medium time, but he's come in, he's going to put some softs on. Let's have a look down here right now. We're following on with Lola in the Mercedes. Mercedes need a very good drive today to finish in front of that Red Bull and the Haas. Even if they don't manage to beat the Red Bulls, they're going to be looking to stay in front of the Haas. A little bit oversteer there on 1:37 there. Not a great time there for Lola. I think he's going to be going around again and looking to improve that. We'll come on with the Haas right now with FCST. Bending the car through the corners there. That's purple in sector 1 for the Haas. Very stable, light there. A little bit of lift on the entrance to sector 2 to make sure you don't run wide on that exit of 9 there. As we come down to the long back straight section into the DRS zone. This is looking like a very quick time here from FCST. We've seen about some very quick times towards, that's flashing up purple again there in sector 2 towards the end of the season here. And them being very rapid around Russia and just putting it on pole for that. And I think this is going to be That's a very good time there from FCST at 1:30.8. Only a tenth of a second off Knack there. Put some provision there on the front row, knocking Wouter back down to the second row. Some very good times on their fastest qualifying time around here in real life. It's actually 1:32.029 set by Bottas in 2019. So pretty much most of our drivers are running quicker than that around here. I'll have a look on with Mestas right now. He's coming into the pit. Let's see what the Haas of Bestos is doing here now. Bestos, whereas he's just coming up into turn 1 right now. Looking strong and stable through there. Come down through 2, running a little bit too much curve there, maybe seeing the car slip slightly. Little bit of a lift there on the exit, the first set of chicanes. Now we've got kind of a wider chicane, more reminiscent of Suzuka on the second part of it, coming into sector 2. Looking strong through the second chicane. Nice entry onto the straight. Lola pulling over to let him past. Thank you, Lola. Here's Bestos. He's running 400s quicker than his other time right now. He's got a lot of work to do in sector 3 if he wants to move himself up the grid here. What's I run through here like? That was nice. Strong and tight. Too much inside curve there on 19. So easy to want to take that. So sharp again to make sure you don't run off too much on the exit wide curve and take too much inside. Will be invalidated. Else is out right now, down here. Gargamelin right now, coming through the start of sector 3 into 15. Very wide through 16, 17, 18 there. He's coming back in to the garage. Nearly taking his wheel off on the pit entry then. Just about saved that. Would have been upsetting to see Gargamelin at DNF. In qualifying. Back up to Kronik right now. He's an outlap, so not a good outlap. And not happy about that outlap either. Nope. Just shred these tyres right now and get back to the garage for some more. To Jasper right now. Running strong in the Ferrari up there in 4th. He's also on an invalidated lap, letting Kronik past. He's rapidly caught up to him by skating on the grass. Anyone doing some driving on the track? Or most of them in the pit right now, by the looks of it actually, and all drivers on their way rapidly back to the pit so they can get back out for another lap. Wouter back up into second there now, 1:30.7. Beating FCT by a tenth, and Knack has rapidly increased his lead at the front with a 1:30.1. So the top 3 drivers within a second of each other, and then the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Next 8 drivers, all within 5/10 of themselves on the grid there. That's going to prove for a pretty close race. On board with Mestas right now. He needs to move this Red Bull back up above the Haas. Give him his maximum advantage in the race to move them up into that second spot. Got a Ferrari there just sitting between them. If anything, he's going to be looking to get at least past that Ferrari so he can start alongside the Haas on the grid to give a good challenge. A little bit squirty there, out of turn 15. Keeps control of it though. Really pushing to get down on the power. Apparently getting nice and wide there. Maybe a little bit slow through there though. What time are we running on there? 28. Should be an improvement. It's not going to be an improvement. 132.7. Going to go around for another lap and try and push him again. There's no time to pit back in anymore and put any fresh tyres on. And Bestos is on his fast lap right now. Entering the chicanes here at sector 1, running very deep there on the curbing. That is fastest though, that's flashing up purple in sector 1 there for Bestos. And can he hold that traction to the rest of the lap? There's going to be a lot of traffic on here coming in to turn 11 right now. Cars very bunched up in this final few stages. Bestos trying to grab a bit of slipstream there from David as he's pulling over to let him past. Thought it was going to drive into the back of him nearly then. Into turn 12. It's flashing up purple again for sector 2. Bestos just magically found a lot of grip on the track. He's able to do this now. Any other drivers that are behind him right now, the track's just going to be getting a little bit more rubbered in as we go on, and whoever gets that very last lap in might be able to put down a very challenging time. Running on right now, 130.6. That puts Bestos up on the front row of the grid right now in second. That was a great lap from Bestos. Wouter on a lap, he's unable to make it round. Car goes into the wall, bye bye Will. We've got FCST right now, he's just made it round for his lap. He's going to be going. Domestic's finish there, he's got no more to go. Lang's teammate down there is out on a lap as well. Other Red Bull down here, Kuhn down here in 10th as well. Lang makes it, pulls it up into 10th. Kuhn starting down there in 11th. Doesn't look like he's going to be able to back up his teammate, although Reaper's down there as well, so maybe he is going to be able to back up his teammate from back here if he doesn't improve his lap time. Two Mercedes looking reasonably strong there for trying to fend off their second place in the constructors. There's still a lot of cars still going round. Made it across the line in those final few seconds. Who's going to be coming across there first? There's a McLaren of Xz. He's on an invalidated lap. Next we have David's going to be coming across the line next right now. Currently in 9th in Mercedes. Going to ideally be looking to get himself up into 5th to start in front of that Haas and Red Bull right now. Running very wide, losing the back of the car there. I don't know if that's then slowed down the racing point of Gargamelin that was chasing behind. Hopefully not. What sort of time is Gargamelin put in? He's gone up into 6th. Split the Haas and Red Bull. Reaper there coming into first at the very end with a 129.8. FCST moving back up to third with a 130.5 there. Who else has got to come across the grids? That is everyone across the line now. Xz is pulling into the pit. Kuhn's moved his way up into 7th there. What a drastic change in qualifying in the final few seconds there as all the cars came across the line. So we have front row of the grid, front row of the track. It's going to be Nak and Reaper, second row FCST and Bestos, third row Wouter and Jasper, 7th Kuhn, 8th Gargamelin, 9th Domestos, 10th Kronik, 11th Lola, 12th David, 13th Lang, 14th Xz, 15th Tess, and 16th is Rowan. This is going to be a very close race right now. Top 6. Top 6 drivers within 1 second there. Top 10 all within 1.5 seconds of each other on the qualifying there. there we have a nice sunny Austin, Texas for the race. As wait for the drivers to select their tyre choices, fuel strategies. I open another can. We get thrown into the race as the lights are just going off and we miss everything on turn 1. We are for all 5 lights on, all 5 lights are out, and we make our way up to turn 1 right now. If you'll find our braking point, no one gets pushed wide to the outside. Reaper very comfortably in the front there. I see a Racing Point making contact with Haas there, pushing them wide. I think everyone else has made it through relatively safely, hopefully undamaged at the back here. Start bringing up our spectator map info quickly so we can find out what the hell's going on. Xz making his way up 6 positions there. David dropping down 4 positions. That's our biggest changes on there. Kuhn now out retiring from the session there. What has happened to that? Can I get down there quick enough? He's spun. He's backwards in the chicane there. Unsure what happened to that. There is a safety car has been pulled out right now. I can see Chronic and Rowan have got penalties there. Let's try and bring up the race director incidents right now. Okay, Rowan, David, collision with David. We got a lot of track limits. David, collision with Domestos, pardon me. Lola and Rowan collision there. Kuhn AlphaTauri terminal damage DNF. There's no. Rowan collision with Chronic, 5-second time penalties. I can assume right now maybe it is Rowan and Lola have come together somewhere or something, and Kuhn's just been caught in something right in the middle here. Kuhn, you DNF from the race. If you want to let me know what's happening in the chat, that would be grateful. That was crazy. I think he's somehow been sandwiched in the chicane there and spun round, lost a wing, lost a wheel, and just got absolutely ruined. Router's coming in, Chronic's coming in, Rowan's in, David's in. There's all 4 cars in the pits. There's the people that have taken damage. Then across that, we were scrolling down for the pack, checking to make sure I don't know more. The back had made it through turn 1 and 2 safely, and I don't know what happened further forward. What happened, Kuhn? What happened to your car? Did you get sandwiched in the chicane and lost a wheel somehow, I'm assuming? Xz making his way up 7 positions here in this. Leave. Don't know if I can say a word on the stream space. Yep, everyone, I think. Ooh, what angle is this? That's an interesting camera shot, isn't it? Right on the back wing there. It's not, it's not real wing cam, it's rear wing cam, but, it's kind of interesting. That is very unfortunate for Kuhn there. I think obviously something's going to have to be looked at within the stewards there. We had a lap 1 incident there, which has somehow completely pinched his car up and damaged it. Max got back up in here now to chase down Reaper. Kuhn now getting last 4 races in the points now. Domestos potentially going to be slightly happy about that. It's 48 points behind Kuhn. Domestos can get a good finish here. He could potentially try and make a comeback against Kuhn there right now, but it's going to need a very good race from Domestos to do that. We're back on board with leader. That is still the first safety car lap, another one to go. So David there still with penalties. What have we got penalties for now? David work those off in the pit lane. 3-second penalty now from David. That is still got a lap to go there. I thought we just went in the pit lane and worked his penalties off. Track limits on a safety car lap. Anyway, back to the race when we hopefully get to restart it on lap 4. Gargamelin definitely made the most of this, working his way up. Let's check on everyone's tyres there. Obviously, Tess there and Lola starting with the medium tyre to begin with. All the others have had to pit in at the back there now. Routed David, Ray and Kronik all on the medium tyre right now. So, not looking too bad in the standings there. Going for this medium. I'm not going to be racing till lap 4. We've lost 3 of it. Maybe with a lot of tender care and love on those tyres. You could take those and do a medium to soft strategy on those if you really wanted to, but those mediums aren't going to go to the end of the race. But you need to push them a while if you want to then put it back on the softs, or all those drivers at the back they've had to pit the start are going to have to come onto the hards. USA reasonably demanding on the tyres. The chicane section, that flat out right-hander, a lot of pressure put on the outside tyres through that. Front drivers here on the softs. I should imagine maybe seeing them go from a soft to a hard tyre on it, unless that's a feeling they can drag these softs out now, having these 2 safety car laps on them. If they've managed to conserve them enough, they could maybe try and push these softs on and go on a soft to medium strategy as well, then to make sure they've maybe possibly got a bit of a tyre advantage or a better conditioned tyre if some of the guys on the mediums switch to the hards and go for an earlier pit. It's be interesting now. There's a lot of drivers who are expected to make their way back up here. Domestos, Kronik maybe OC there. I see them all really going to be pushing and trying to work their way back up through here. Lang's currently behind Lolo, who's on a medium tyre. He's going to want to get back in front of him. And as we're about to go racing again, we are green. Reaper has got a good run out of that. FCST is right behind that, and Gargamelin is right behind him as well. We're right behind Lack there. FCST knows in his gearbox there. Cameron was going crazy. On board with Reaper, Knack, FCST. Everyone's snaking down here through the chicane section. Jasper following very closely behind. What's happened to Lang down here? Lost it in the chicane or got tapped by someone, I don't know. I didn't get to see that. That's dropped him down into 15th. We've got damage though. We haven't got damage. Hopefully he hasn't burn out his tyres a bit too much with that. And what's going on now? Lola is now coming very slowly out of the hairpin at the back there. Give me a proper cinema view. Lola, has he got damage from something? I can't. I'll give him a view. X is making his way up. Jasper dropping down now. This is very, very vicious racing here around this track. End of the season. Everyone trying to get those last few points, trying to move themselves up a position or so in the standings. God, Reaper, Knack still hanging on to Reaper there, not letting him go. Gargamelin here, been slowed down a bit. FCST, Bestos getting very close, starting to catch up to him. Right now, DRS will be back activated now, I believe. This lap, next lap, race 4, this is 5th. Yeah, lap after maybe. following on board with Domestos in the Red Bull right now, trying to chase down this McLaren. Needs to chase down FCST and Bestos. Both those Haas right now are in front of the Red Bull and the Mercedes, which is what they need right now. So Domestos, Lang, David and Laura have got a big old chase on right now if they don't want the Haas to start closing in on those points right now at the end of the season. Wouter in the Alfa Romeo battling with Jasper there on the entrance to turn 11. Nope, the exit 10-12. Whoops. Tess getting past our teammate there. Behind us as well, 2 Ferraris there. There's the Mercedes of David closing in on them. So back here we've got Lang bang out with Rowan and Kronik here right now. Lang on the soft tyre, Kronik going into the pit, needs to make this tyre work. Rowan not making things easy for him right now. He's going to push, try and get past into turn 1. As we come through turn 1 on the outside, which becomes the inside for turn 2. Lang all over the curb there. Try and get past into the chicanes. Got the job done on Rowan first. Now Rowan running wide there on the exit, so he's managed to make that and get through there. Red Bull's got to chase down David now. 4 seconds between him and that. David now looking, trying to get past this Ferrari. Yes, the other thing with this track is it's not a great track for overtaking. There's really only a couple of decent overtaking kind of positions in the track really along these straight sections. The corners here really aren't designed for overtaking. It's one of the reasons I quite dislike the track and am not that much of a fan of it. Well, like what we were saying with how the sectors are, like, and, you know, when we compare it to older tracks like Brazil again, or, you know, even things like Mexico, where you've got kind of like a very kind of like Brazil, you've got that very clean, fast sector 1 and 3, and sector 2 is kind of like your hard technical section. Again, like Mexico, you've got kind of sector 1, very kind of simple, easy, fast. Sector 2 gets a little bit more difficult, and then sector 3, very more slow and technical. You haven't got that kind of balance or mix over this USA track really to kind of create those overtaking points in those less technical sectors. You've got very technical corners going through every sector, and makes it a very difficult race. It can make it interesting, it can also end up producing a lot of accidents, a lot of crashes, as we've seen. Knack clinging on to Reaper right now, not letting him go. Knack picking up penalties though, again, as he's been doing in these last races recently, pushing so hard and just not staying quite in those track limits. And it's been damaging, been so damaging for him over the last few races. And I think ultimately if Reaper wins the championship, Knack trying to go around the outside there after the DRS zone, and he has got in front of Reaper there now, going in to turns 13, 14, no, that's, yep. Coming out 15 into 16 now. Let's have to take a check on that penalty. It's only a 3-second penalty, but again, we're on lap 7, and if we're only a quarter of the way through the race and we're picking up a 3-second penalty already, in all honesty, I expected there to see more penalties from Knack by the end of the race if we haven't been able to keep it within the track limits already. Like, I mean, I know the tyres 7 lap softs around here, and they're probably starting to reach their general life. We did have a couple of safety car laps though, so they should have a bit more life left in them. I should imagine if we can see him try and take these softs up to around lap 10, I reckon we then might see someone try and take the mediums to the end. There's a couple of safety car laps would be possible. It would be the same as them doing around like 8 laps on it, as long as we conserve them through that safety car period. Nak starting to put a bit of distance between himself and Reaper right now as well. David Ladd retiring right now on the exit of a chicane there. Can I see him on the back of Rowan there? That's not Rowan's car. No, I can't. Back up in this big old thick midfield pack here right now. It's a virtual safety car, that retirement from David there on the entry of that's the big curve of 5 there. David obviously lost control of the car, has brought out the virtual safety car. Well then, that's one Mercedes. The Haas and the Red Bull don't need to be in this race. Unfortunately, the other one's running in 14th. So, and we've got already on the hard tyre as well. Lola's going to be going to the end on that. But still, 2 laps on it right now. Another 20 laps to go on it. And there's 22 laps on the hard. It's still going to be fine. It's going to reach it to the end, but it's not going to be great driving, and it's going to, I think, be tough to set good pace and maintain that pace on that hard tyre from now all the way to the end of the race around this track. Domestos now is in front of Xz. It's made up. He's got Bestos to chase down. Currently 1.6 seconds off Bestos. Bestos has got penalties there, but still he's going to be on the hunt now. He needs to move this Red Bull further up the grid. Both Red Bulls are in front of both Mercedes right now, which is the first key point for Red Bull, moving up into that P2 position in the constructors. Is beating those Mercedes, currently 2 points behind them in the Mercedes, and they'll be able to get in front in this race. Next is just defending from Haas. Don't want both those Haas cars running in front of the Red Bull. Haas are only 27 points behind Red Bull right now. As we mentioned that, Gargamelin's getting into the battle right now with FCST as we're coming through turns 13 and 14 right now. Close driving between these two. Gargamelin gets it done, and now he's going to go on that hunt for Reaper now. 4.5 seconds behind Reaper. Reaper now trailing off from Nak. Just staying in DRS range, keeping himself there, conserving the ERS for when he needs it, just letting Nak tow him around the track right now. FCST staying with Gargamelin though, not letting him go. Domestos very rapidly closing down that gap on Bestos. This Red Bull is on a mission right now. On board as we come through the chicanes right now. This Red Bull looking stable through there. They've no need to lift, I think. Just keep it in check. That's going to be a warning on turn 9 there, if I ever saw one, I think. I'd be surprised if we didn't. But very good through the first part of the chicane section there. We are just in DRS range. We wasn't by the timeline though, because we haven't got it. Reaper's closing that gap down back on Nak slightly. Gargamelin's not making too much space, making up too much time on him yet. We've got the back in now. Langs makes his way back up into 10th position now. Here's the other Red Bull. As long as we keep the second Red Bull above Mercedes and then try and keep that first Red Bull above the Haas. Haas just need to be in front of everyone. Tess right now on the mediums. These guys on the softs right now. A bit of oversteer there from Tess on the exit turn 20 there, but it looks a bit. These guys on the soft now. There's 10 laps. You had 2 safety car laps. So kind of, they managed them through it properly, but kind of effectively 8.5 kind of lap tyres kind of now, and they're going to be starting to feel that where Wouter there looking very strong right now. Where did Wouter come from in front of Domestos there? Completely missed that. Looking very strong. So I mean, what just saying, those 10 lap old softs are going to be starting to feed it right now. Wouter, there's 8 lap old mediums. Remember, he pitted at the start through that safety car, and he's really made those tyres work for him. This is a great run from Wouter here, finishing in P3 in Season 1, so the podium is no stranger for Wouter around here, making moves on Bestos right now, wheel to wheel there as we come through turn 12. Just gets the job done before we come into 13 and 14. Nicely done there, taking advantage of his tyres there, knowing these guys on the softs gonna be feeling it. We'll see who comes in first to pit off those softs. Reaper has, he's down the back there on the mediums. I missed that of him going in. He's gonna be trying to fend it off from Nak. Nak's still going around on his softs though when I look at the front there. Reaper on the mediums. If Reaper starts setting good pace on those fresh medium tyres, he could get a good undercut done on Nak. There's Domestos in the pit. Xz in the pit as well. And put on the medium tyre. I should imagine we're looking maybe around now, if they're pitting in now to take this medium tyre round to the end of the race. That safety car have definitely helped him out with the tyre wear at the start. So Wouter needs to continue pushing on hard with this medium tyre, get as far forward as he can, because he is going to have to pit again at the end and put the soft tyre back on. I should imagine probably around maybe lap 20 or so, lap 20, lap 22, give himself 6 to 8 laps on the soft, I should imagine, then at the end. So he's got a bit of time where it's still going to be within good grip range to put down good time and move back up through the positions. But this is a great run from him right now on the medium tyre. I think if FCST or Gargamelin are watching the time that Wouter is making up on him on that medium tyre right now, I'm sure they're going to be thinking about coming into the garage on this lap right now. We'll follow on with Nat. There's Nat coming in right now as well. Is Gargamelin's coming as well? I should imagine FCST. Is he going to take that past? He is going to go past for another lap. I don't know if that would have been wise from FCST. We would have been better to go in the garage then. I guess he wants to try and have a slightly fresher tyre at the end there. I mean, we'd expect them to drop down to. Let's look at the interval leader. Mac there, dropping out, coming out in 4th. Gargamelin coming out in 5th. Bestos has come into the pit lane, so that hasn't caused any problems or traffic or separate them out at all. Domestos there, nicely up in front now. Domestos, I think, took possibly a very good option of that pit stop there right now. Where's his interval to the leader for FCST? 21 seconds. He could jump FCST when FCST comes into the pit. We can catch up to Reaper a bit and start getting a bit of toe in the toe of the DRS from Reaper. Domestos could have done a very good job there with when he chose the pit. Follow back to the interval times. We'll see where they are. Whereabouts FCST on the track right now, coming into sector 3. So, Nak right now, it's only 1.4 seconds behind Tess. Tess, he knows they're going to be out. He's got tyre advantage right now. He's going to want to get in front of Tess and Wouter, though, to put those cars between him and Gargamelin and form a little bit of protection there for himself. And leave everyone else to deal with the other cars on the older mediums so we can start making some space. FCST does call it now, and I think he's going to come out behind Domestos. We'll get back on board with Domestos right now, and we'll see. Come out by turn 1. They're going to be racing on the pit exit. Domestos going to get past. There's FCST right there as we come into turn 1. It's such an awkward pit lane exit. Domestos almost having to slow down on his turn through the corner because of where the pit lane exit puts you out. FCST just right there, slow in the corner in front of him. It's a horrible, horrible pit lane. And why do we make a pit lane exit like that in a goddamn hairpin corner? This, more reasons why I dislike this track. It's that is good. This is going to be very interesting towards the end there now. Where's Lang? We've got Lang down here on brand new, fresh, medium tyres. I can make his way around. Rowan again for a second time there. Bestos spinning into a wall there at the end. We just flipped his camera there. I don't know if there's a bit of contact between him and Rowan. All three cars were there going very tightly into the wall. Where's Bestos? Can I see his front wing? Is it still intact? It is by the looks of it. All the end plates are still on. I think we just had little Spinella. Gargamelin right now makes his way up to Tess. Knack has got past Tess. His job now is chasing down Wouter. His guys on older medium tyres right now have got a job to do right now. These two are going to be pitting in. They need to try and defend as best they can from any oncoming attacks. Jasper suddenly retiring from the session there. What's happened to Jasper? Where is that car? But the pit lane exit on turn 1, how can I, what? Don't know what to say on that one, guys. I don't know how a car ends up sideways in the middle of the track after the pit lane entry there with no wheel on it. I assume that would have been the cars that was going through in front of him. Who'd have been battling with? Was that Lola? He was up here somewhere. Is he battling with? What happened there? There's a safety car right there. Now, though, I think we'll probably see Wouter and Tess come in right now. It's only got 15. They're going to come in. They're going to come in and dump on another set of mediums, I think. Now, though, I don't know what tyre Wouter started on. I think he started on the soft, so he could dump on another set of mediums right now and have some fresh mediums for the end. I just imagine Tess will be doing exactly the same right now. I think 12 laps on the soft there. I think it's going to be pushing it at the end. The drivers have managed 11 laps at the start, but they had 2 safety car laps on that. Tess is having to go with a hard tyre. That was obviously their starting tyre. Wouter is on another set of mediums. This is looking great for Wouter right now. A lot of drivers pitting in and throwing on some softs right now, actually. Reacting to Wouter's choice and stuff, having to take the mediums to the end there. They've got... this is going to be hard to go to the end on softs right now. You've got 12 laps on softs. We managed 11 at the start, but we had 2 safety car laps there through that. They were starting softs though, so it's going to be tight in range. I think Wouter has got a great tactic there, being on those fresh mediums. This Alfa Romeo looks in very good stead right now. 2 guys around him on relatively same tyres. The Ferrari behind's on hards right now to the end, so I don't think there's much threat there. I think Gargamelin is the threat here for those drivers in front and those soft tyres there right now. He should be able to get past Tess with relative ease after the safety car restart and then start chasing down those top 3, but he's going to be putting a lot of pressure on those soft tyres over 12 laps to the end. I mean, we have another safety car lap after this one, which is 17. We're going to be racing on 18, so it's going to be 10 racing laps and still 2 safety car lap, 2 safety car laps on the soft tyres. So it's not going to be easy for Gargamelin or even Reaper back here, or Domestos. I'm Very surprised by that move from Domestos. Actually, I thought Domestos might have stayed where he was, to be honest there. I don't know if he panicked a little bit there, saw the others but in front of him pulling in and dived in as well and threw on the set of softs or not. I don't know if I would have made that call myself though, where that Red Bull was running to put on some softs. It's dropped him back a bit and he's going to have to push hard with those tyres. I fear that maybe Domestos, Gargamelin might make something from it there, but I fear maybe Reaper and Domestos are maybe too far back on these soft tyres. I think the amount they pushed them to move their way up through the pack, I think they're going to start to lose a lot of pace through the last 3 laps or so of this, the last 2 laps of it or something. I think they will notice a lot of wear on those soft tyres from how much they've been pushing to move themselves up through the pack, and then they could end up dropping down a position or so. But then, you know, you win some, you lose some. You need to try something sometimes when you're further back. We've still got one of the Red Bulls is still covering off one of the Haas, so if Domestos at least makes his way up in front of the other Haas, we've got the Red Bull still hopefully be taking enough points to still defend their lead over them there. 27 point difference between them. FSC currently they'll be taking 15 points. 15, 12, 10, 8. So I think Red Bull should be able to take relatively the same points there then, with FCST still at the front there to maintain their lead in second place in the Constructors. NAC now very much looking to work back those 18 points and looking in very good stead right now to do it as we're about to enter the third sector of this lap. This will be the last safety car lap. That FCST collision with Tess under safety car, 5 seconds. That's a good point. Never look at the penalties too much because we just enjoy the racing. So let's look at how the damage is looking for everyone. Gargamelin looking in great position right now with no penalties there, and those soft tyres to work themselves up. And he only needs to get and finish within 9 seconds of NAC right now on those tyres, so it doesn't even matter if he catches him. I think maybe that's Gargamelin's strategy there, but putting on those softs at the end and knowing, looking at those penalties, and it's, well, if I can get past the first 2 or 3, I don't even need to catch the last guys. I just need to be within time range of them. Because they only drive right there with no penalties. Lola's retired from the race. I don't know when I saw Lola retire from the race. That's Mercedes losing that second spot on the Constructors at the end of this race. Then Red Bull will be moving up to PT for that. We're about to start racing again. It gives me wing cam, but I need to look behind us to make sure everyone's racing okay. I think that's a pretty good safety car. Restart camera's been a little bit crazy there for a second. Now we're on board with the back of NAC, and Gargamelin very close there, nearly losing his wing on the back of Tess. Reaper already having made his way up past Lang there. Lang now needing to defend from Bestos. He's also got Domestos behind his teammate. Both these Red Bulls in front of the Haas though. Get back to the tyre. Lang and Bestos pretty similar here on the tyre. Domestos going to want past on that soft tyre to work his way back up forward. He needs past as soon as possible, but he's not going to want to jeopardise his teammate. He's sending in Bestos super late on the brakes there into turn 12. Domestos though hanging on there, outside, inside, so on and so forth, wheel to wheel, looking from the back of Lang's car. What a great view this is right now. Domestos, is he past there? I think he is just getting past there now into turns 19 and coming through up through 20. He's comfortably got the job done right now. I don't think DRS is going to be active yet for anyone. That'll be the next lap. Lang now going to be coming under fire from his teammate in a second right now. And we're looking at Reaper making their way past Tess right now. You can see in front what's going on. Gargamelin running very close to FCST. Gargamelin spinning there. We changed the camera and we just saw the car going off through the chicane. Don't know if he tapped FCST, took too much curb. What happened there? That was too quick to notice. That's unfortunate. That's into the back of the grid. He's got his soft. He's going to make him work. I expect to see Gargamelin maybe getting back up into 10th, 9th, 8th or something there from the back again. But he's got a bit of work to do from the back here. Maybe up to the 7th. But it's not going to be easy for him now. There's going to be a lot of burn on those tyres as well. Reaper now on the softs. That's one less position he needs to take. He's gonna unfortunately be very thankful for Gargamelin's spin there through the chicane section. Very close now on FCST, falling behind, biding his time and waiting for his chance. Front few drivers starting to separate out a bit now, and there is what's happened to Lang there. Domestos getting past, and it's opened the door a bit there for Bestos to get past as well. It's not what these Red Bulls wanted as well. We needed them to maybe just switch places and not jeopardize the position of the second Red Bull with Bestos there as well. Both Haas beating both Red Bull will help Haas close down that gap on them. And with 2 races to go, anything can still happen here. The left Red Bulls maybe should have left that move until the DRS zone, and well, they can maybe let Domestos pass a little bit more safely and comfortably. We catch Reaper there, making his way past FCST right now as we're about to come in to turn 12. Reaper comfortably heading out behind before 13. FCST breaking as late as he can to try and stay close behind, running in a bit deep, subsequently through the corner and losing a bit of space there from Reaper as well. Reaper making headway on that, and as we flick back to the front, he's riding in Wouter's gearbox, trying to go around the outside on turn 19 there. Wouter keeping it so tight to the inside, they're giving him space there. What a lunge on the outside there from Reaper. Respect to Wouter there for keeping control of his car on the inside there. I thought that was maybe going to be a little bit of a collision there. Reaper comfortably closing down. Let's look at what penalties we've got though. Nak with a 9-second, Reaper with 3, FCST with 16, Domestos with 12, Lang with 3, Bestos and Xz. These 3 drivers there are going to make up, Bestos, Lang and Xz are going to make up great position by the end of the race here if they can keep within time, because 16, 12 and 22, that's going to be massively damaging to those 3 drivers in 4th, 5th and 6th right now. Gargamelin, I think Gargamelin's going to benefit from that as well right now, and Rowan didn't have 18 seconds as well. The other runner would be benefiting from those penalties as well, but I don't think he will from there. He'll need to get a lot closer to Tess for Tess to then drop down into that 11th position. Back on FCST right now, chasing down Wouter. Wouter probably not really too worried right now, considering the man behind him has 10 seconds more penalties than he does, and there's only 6 laps left of the race. Even if he does go past him, Wouter knows what's the maths on that. 10 seconds, 6 laps, that's just under, it's going to be like 1.7 seconds a lap or something that FCST would need to pull out on Wouter there to mitigate that time penalty, which I don't think will happen. So Wouter, I think, is sitting We're just right now sitting pretty comfortably right now with a podium for Alfa Romeo right now. 3 drivers behind him with crazy amounts of penalties. FCST just increases his there by another 3 up to 19 seconds right now. Mestos gonna be happy about that with FCST as well. Only 7 seconds points difference there, so even though they're both gonna drop down, Domestos will still finish above FCST. And Tessa's long gone with those seconds. Right now, Gargamelin making his way up past Xz now. He's going to be chasing down Lang, the driver here with no penalties, looking to make the most of everyone else's penalties right now. And he's definitely in range to be jumping up. And so right now, we've got Gargamelin's right now to be jumping up into 4th position right now with where he is from 9th with all these penalties and him being clear right there. Whether Bestos might have that, no. I think it's gonna, wing cam as we go past the Red Bull of Lang. That was nice in the DRS zone. I enjoyed that. Thank you, game. Thank you. You ruined my other wing cam for me and you gave it back. Thou shalt give it, thou shalt take it away. It's the end of the race. I need another drink. I can't keep myself contented with all this tension. X's clinging on now behind Lang there, so close coming out the exit of the chicanes there. There's Red Bull. And there's a feeding tyre wear there, a little bit there. Those 9-lap-old mediums on the oldest, Lang, Bestos, Knack, FCST on the oldest tyres there on the track. Xz possibly finding just a little bit more grip there on his slightly fresher tyres. Gargamelin still, after that spin, still making these softs absolutely work for him and going to inherit a great lot of positions at the end of this race. Reaper now so close up there with Nank. He's going to want to try and get past him on merit anyway, because there we go, late breaking it, sending it in to turn 1, gets in front, runs wide. Nat pulls tight to the inside. Reaper's got the inside for 2 though. Nat's gonna have the inside for 3. Inside, Reaper lets off Nat, lets Nat go again through the corners. Great racing from these drivers here now, down into 6-7. Carl out through 9 and 10. Reaper back behind there. Wants to get past for the fun of it. Sitting tight behind. Don't burn out those soft tyres and you have the win as it is. Knack there trying to lose him, trying to shake off that slip there. Both drivers absolutely burning through their ERS right now at the end. Look at the penalties. If Reaper could even slow Knack down enough here, but battling at the end, and Wouter can catch them up by enough that could even drop Knack down. Reaper's left a session. Why is that popping up right now? Reaper's in 2nd place. We've got connection issues or something. That's the last thing we want to see right now at the end of the race. 4 laps left to go right now, and Reaper's about to massively lose on track position. Is Wouter there? Can I see? It's got the X. It's going to be in AI control right now. It's not connected to the game. There's Wouter going past. SCST is not close enough again. Yeah, I hope he reconnects. This is going to be very damaging for Reaper's ploy to keep hold of the championship. FCST is now made his way past Reaper. There's a bit of a gap here back to Domestos. Domestos is going to want to get past the car as well. Anyone that can get past anyone while disconnected is going to want to. He's still got the X there. This is massively unfortunate and tragic right now for Reaper at the very end of this race here around Austin, Texas at the Circuit of Americas. Domestos is now past. Tess is now Jason Person on the ERS. I need to move off position as well. I need space. Reaper has rejoined right now. He's back down in 5th. He's going to be shocked at how quickly all those cars have just made their way up past him, and he's now got so much work to do. I mean, the only thankful thing he's got is that everyone in front of him's got penalties, so he's still going to, at least from this point here, be getting a podium. Wouter's picked up a penalty there, though, up to 9 seconds now. That's very bad for Wouter. I think if this lady would let flat out to 6, he could have been doing better. Bestos is up past Reaper now. Where is Reaper's massively lost position there, down into 7th. Gargamelin behind him is going to take that position right now. Chaos in the Americas. Oh, wing cam. I've all moved around. I can't work out all these penalties and where everyone's going to finish. This is Gargamelin's going to benefit a lot. That's all I know right now. Gargamelin's going to benefit a lot. Such clean racing. I don't know if we've seen him pick up a penalty in any of these races that we've been in right now with Gargamelin. Don't know if he's picked one up at all. If it has, it's been 3 seconds and it's been something that's not really affected him too much at all. He's generally been very, very clean around here. Looking to attack Tess right now. Needs to get back up behind Reaper so he can take Reaper's position as well. So it's just helping out Nak so much right now. Reaper having dropped back down to that position right there. Nak with an 18-point lead. He's going to take 25 points right now. It's going to make the last 2 races between Nak and Reaper so tense. Very much going to come down to that last race in Hungary that's due to be rerun, and it might very much come down between Nak and Reaper of whoever wins or whoever finishes above the other driver is going to take the championship. About 27 laps, couple laps left to go right now. Just look. Domestos, Reaper, Gargamelin there, all those soft tyres there. Oh, gonna be feeling it now over these last couple of laps. Not gonna be much left in those tyres to be able to fight back with or attack. As we get to this point right now, Wouter, a great race there from Wouter. Obviously had accidents, problems at the start, was then down to the back there, pitting on those first couple of laps, putting on the medium tyre, working his way back forward, holding off on his medium tyres and having a very lucky safety car, allowing him to jump back in the pits and put on another set of medium tyres, and looks like he's going to be taking a podium today, I think. Bestos. But Bestos was 6 seconds there. I don't know. Bestos isn't in range. He's not going to do it. So Wouter very much looking like that podium there. And we come on to our last lap of the race. Nak, big commanding 6-second lead there over second place. He's going to go on to win this. That 9 seconds penalty there, he's absolutely safe with. So he's going to take that win. That's going to give him 25 points. He's then going to put him Put him 7 points in front of Reaper. That's Reaper now. He's in 6th. Reaper's going to get 8 points if he finishes in 6th there. It's going to be very close between them going into the next race for this championship. Everyone trying to make moves on everyone right now. So many penalties there, falling close behind Gargamelin. Reaper pushing, wanting past. Bestos just trying to make as much time as he can on the last lap of this race. Every driver using every last bit of fuel they can. Oh, those hundredths of a second and tenths of a second count right now when you've got that many penalties and everyone on the grid's got that many penalties. Reaper battling with Bestos here through turn 12 into turn 13, wheel to wheel, little tap there. We just heard inside, outside, as we come through, and Bestos maintaining his position in the front there. Reaper still on the attack though, coming through 16, 17, 18. He's going to get down into 19 first. He's going to be on the outside for 19. He just makes it in front of him for that. And going to come to us into there. So there we have. Nak is our winner today, and there we go with all of those position changes right there. White was following Reaper. Reaper now moving up into P2 with all of those penalties. Wouter, pardon me, getting that P3. What a race there from Wouter. I think driver of the day there for me from Wouter in the collision at the start, pitting in those first laps, putting on that medium tyre, and doing two great stints on his medium tyre to bring him home on the podium again for Alfa Romeo. Gargamelin there finishing fourth, Bestos in fifth, Domestos sixth, FCST seventh, Lang 8th, Xz ninth, Test 10th, Rowan 11th, Lord 12th, Jasper 13th, Kronik 14th, David 15th, Kuhn 16th. Wow. Haas and the Red Bull both beat the Mercedes, which is going to help them out a lot, but the Red Bull will have closed in some points. The Haas will close in some points on the Red Bull, only about 4 points though, because each Haas has only finished one place above the Red Bulls, but that is going to move Haas to within 20. Haas will be within 23 points of Red Bull, going in with 2 races left to do. Absolutely possible to do for Haas to then get back up above Red Bull. They are going to be split with Mercedes right now though. The Mercedes, I think, will still be in third place in the constructors after this, if my math is correct, which is probably not because I'm drinking. I don't quite know what happened right at the start, but could be some issues of warnings and such, which could result in grid penalties for people, because it looked like there was a lot of squishing and squeezing at the start there. So there we go, there's our podium for today. Nak, Reaper and Wouter in first, second and third respectively. Well done to those 3 drivers. Reaper also taking the fastest lap, which is 132.935. Fastest real life lap was 136.169. That lap's more in line with fastest quali lap. So well for those speeds and times today, boys. Gargamelin in fourth, Bestos 5th, Domestos 6th, FCST 7th, Lang 8th, Xz 9th, Test 10th, Rowan 11th, Lola 12th, Jasper 13th, Kronik 14th, David 15th, Kuhn 16th. Get back up our race director thing there. Those collisions at the start, but David, Domestos, Lola, Rowan and stuff there is what our race director was saying. That's all we can think is what caused the damage to Kuhn. We'll be back again on Thursday for the penultimate race, which is Vietnam, and then the final race, which will be the rerun of Hungary the following Monday, I believe. Maybe the Thursday, I don't know. If you enjoyed today's race, please please subscribe to the channel. Even if you didn't, do it anyway. It helps us out. We'll see you on Thursday.